So how do you find more joy in your life? How do you get more joy out of the day to day? So most people are seeking pleasure, not joy. And what I mean by that is they are seeking things from the external, things that are worldly, right? So for example, if you were to buy that new shiny object like a new car, or you get the new house, or you get the great promotion, right, that you've been looking for, that's the external, right? So that what that yields is pleasure. And that there's nothing wrong with pleasure, but what we all really want and what really fulfills us is true joy. And true joy comes from within, right? It's intrinsic. And so when you feel joy, you are sharing love or you are receiving love. And that's why it feels so good and it feels better than the worldly pleasures, right? The external. So how do you do that? How do you get more joy? How do you feel more joy in your life, in your day-to-day? And so there are several ways to do that. And one is just to simply be in service of others. If you're in service to others, that will bring you joy because you are sharing your love with others. And so an example of that could just be doing some community service. You could also, meet a stranger, right? Shake a hand, say hello. It could be something that simple, something that comes from within where you're sharing love. Maybe you buy somebody a gift, right? That will bring you joy for buying them a gift, for example. Just helping somebody, doing a little chore. But it could be as simple as just saying hello to a stranger or shaking a stranger's hand. It doesn't have to be a full thing of service, right? But an act of kindness, just an act of kindness will bring you joy. So just try to think about that from your day to day. What is the difference between the little pleasures in your life and compared to what will bring you true joy, something that comes from within, right? And if you think on this and you start doing these little things, these little acts of kindness or acts of service, I promise it will bring more joy to you in your day-to-day. So that's all I have for the Soul Snack of the Day. Hope you enjoyed it. And always remember that you are very loved and you are very blessed. Have a great one.